yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 जो भी मैं कहना चाहूँ बर्बाद करे अल्फाज मेरे ओ या 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 ओ या ओ या
I don't give a shit. The fans sing in the background. I don't listen to it. I don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah, well, you're definitely missing out. This is top five.
So for the listeners, though, I listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
However, for the listeners, because I have swapped my bedroom and my office is now in a windowless room, which has a fan which I cannot turn off, except for completely turning off the power in this room. And so the windowless room is very dark, and the light turned off now, so now I just have the nice orangey glow from my MacBook, and I have my phone flashlight on for a little extra light. And yeah, so let's tell some scary stories in the dark.
Okay. Well, you go first. What's your scary story? What's the most scared you've been your whole life?
What's the most scared of? I actually I have a dog.
Now you do, yes.
First time in my life I've ever had a dog, right? Because Bentley, my little pride and joy, is originally just Anise's dog.
Right.
She's had Bentley since he was a puppy. But since she's moved in with me, now Bentley lives here with us. We brought him here on a plane, and we love him very much.
Precious cargo.
But I'm scared all the time about him.
Man, that's not scary though.
I'm just worried all the time. I wake up in the middle of the night and make sure he's okay.
Man, you have never had a dog before.
No.
More times than not.
But he's also like sickly,
fine.
you know what I mean?
Mm.
He's old and like he has like a disease where we have to give him medicine all the time, and like he's very much like me actually. Like he's always sick. He has stomach problems where like if he eats anything other than like the food he's meant to eat, he like gets very sick. He has arthritis.
Damn, he is just like you.
Oh yeah. Literally, like in the morning, like he gets up out of his little bed and I get out of my bed, and you can hear both of our bones crack.
Oh my god,
it's great.
That must be so thrilling for Ani.
Symphony of cracking bones in the morning.
They're not gonna be able to move much longer.
But yeah, like I'll have times where like I guess he like has nightmares. So he'll like whimper in the night. Not all the time, just like very like rarely, like maybe once a month this happens.
Sure.
It just scares the shit out of me.
Does the dog sleep in your room?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean why? Why not?
It could sleep anywhere in the house. You just lock it in your room?
No, we don't lock him in. He just likes to sleep in there, so we put his bed in there. What's wrong with that?
I'm judging quietly. Keep going.
Why? I don't understand. What's wrong with that?
No, it's just
He sleeps on the floor on his bed.
Yeah, but sometimes what if the dog wants to hop on the couch?
He can do that. We'd leave the door open.
Yeah.
That's my point. He can go, and he does. Like I wake up in the night and he'll be gone. You know what I mean? Like, or in the morning he'll be gone. I'll go downstairs and he's laying on the couch or something. He likes laying on like our stuff. So, like, I'll go downstairs and he'll be, like, laying on my backpack.
Doesn't want you to go. Aww.
Yeah, he likes us. He likes the smell of our things.
Mm.
Like, if we have, like, a little pile of clothes on the floor, he'll lay on that.
It's just a comfy surface.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be, like, his
But
bed
that's
is,
not.
like,
But that's not
super
real.
nice.
That's not real scared. That's just like you're paranoid or something. I'm talking about like you were frightened. You were like, you didn't know how you're gonna get out of a situation alive.
I don't know. I'm not in really, like, bad situations that often.
Well, I could tell you.
On East, like, almost got hit by a car.
That's
like,
cool.
we were crossing the street. I mean, I guess we both got hit by a car. It's just that she was on, like, the left side.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
where
in
the car was
case.
coming from.
Well, because you knew that you're like, oh well, I have a podcast to do, and what does she do really?
Well,
So
he was like, this guy was like pulling forward, and like he just didn't look. He like kept pulling, like he was gonna do like like a right on red kind of thing.
yeah, that happens.
And like I think he actually like kind of tapped her.
Mm.
Like going as slow as the car could possibly go. So
Right.
it was like nothing, but like I yelled at him.
Yeah, did you? What'd you do?
I don't.
Did you
remember
get in his
exactly what I
face?
said. No, I just yelled like as we were kept crossing the street. I was like, "Hey, open your fucking eyes, moron!" And people were staring at me.
You'll love to see it, folks.
Yeah, because I yelled, "Jesus fucking Christ!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the first time. I don't know. I love yelling at cars when they do stupid
should've,
shit when I'm crossing the street.
You should have like slapped the hood. Oh, what? You just get this thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I love yelling at cars. It's just fun. But people always look at me like I'm fucking crazy.
You really? All right, so you're setting my story up on like a T. So thanks.
All
So
right, go ahead.
when this is the most recent time I was scared.
Was this when you got hit by a car and the stranger took you home?
No, I already told that story. That was totally fine.
It wasn't fine.
Yeah,
all.
look where I am now. It is a fine situation. On paper, it's weird.
Very.
In context, though, the lady was just nice.
No. In
She
context, it's still weird.
She wanted to give me a stylish ride home.
Like, maybe in hindsight, it's fine. But, like, on paper and in context, it's still very odd.
No, if you just see the trajectory post-incident, it's okay. But
anyway.
so this story does involve getting hit by a car. So about maybe it has to be like a week and a half. Oh no, not even a week and a half. So like a week ago today? No, not today. 2 days ago. So last week I'm taking Tori to work, and so we're driving, and Chicago is super convenient and only has one freeway. And we're driving in the morning traffic. And her exit's coming up. So I'm like, all right, let me get to the right-hand side, far right. I'm going to have to get off soon. So I get into the furthest right lane. And I'm chilling. It's morning, bumper-to-bumper traffic, if anybody's familiar with the sort. And all of a sudden, I look in my rear view mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and I see this taxi, like, and it's coming. And it's coming pretty fast. And I'm like, man, like, they better hit their brakes or they're going to run into us.
Yeah.
But I don't say that out loud. That's like what I say in my head because my life is in a fucking Seinfeld episode.
Sure.
But I was like, man, he better hit his brakes or he's going to, like, run into us. And then, like, a second later, he, like, slams into us. And, like, I've never been in a car accident like that, so that sound, and I also just didn't really know how fast he was going.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit, like, I got really scared.
Yeah.
But then he slams into us, and
Did
then
you
hits...
try to protect your woman?
Well, I tried to.
Uh-huh.
Well, I tried
Put your arm across her?
Well, the arm that went across her was her seatbelt, because everybody should buckle up.
Yeah, true.
And so we get hit really hard, and then, like, we get hit hard enough to hit the lady in front of us.
Get hard enough?
Yeah.
Turns out Matt is actually very turned on by fear.
Yeah.
Pops a huge hard one.
Yeah.
Right?
In the face of death.
out from this taxi comes a very attractive couple.
No, I'd rather go out hard than soft. Like if
Would
they,
you?
What?
Would you?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Like, just like.
I'm just trying to think of the scenarios where you're going out hard. I don't know. They don't seem good.
No, I would just try. Like if I had time beforehand.
Like if you're
Like
going.
if I got shot and I was bleeding out, I'd be like, I think I could.
There's no way you're gonna get hard. Your body's trying to survive itself. It's not gonna be like, I'm leaking all this blood. Better send some to the penis.
I don't know, but what if you start just thinking about,
that one good time?
Yeah, that one good time.
That one good. Sometimes you just gotta think about that one time.
That one time. What's your one time? I was thinking about a certain sex incident that happened with me the other day. But what's your one time?
I don't really have I don't have a one time because I don't have to think about it one time because I don't have any trouble getting it up.
Well, no, I'm just saying. But what's if you look back on it and you look back with a fondness.
I'm not sure I want to answer that.
I mean, you could incriminate. I'm going to share my story. Okay, I'll share my story first, and then you can work up the courage.
I'm not going to share any story. Go for it.
This is therapeutic. You have to open yourself up to the listener. How are we going to have more listeners if you don't give them something to offer? But I'll go first.
I'm watching Snooki and JWOWW.
So I forgot when I turned off the power in this room that this is also where the router is.
Uh-huh.
So I have now cut off the apartment from internet.
Oh.
You can turn it back on.
Yeah.
Flip the switch, yeah.
Oh no, here it comes.
What?
You interrupted Snooki and JWOWW.
I'm apologize.
Jesus.
Love you.
Love you.
Well,
Unease,
so
ladies and gentlemen.
there's gonna be a fan on again.
Yeah, it's fine. But what was I saying? Oh, okay. So this isn't that one time. Honestly, I haven't put too much thought into it, but I was thinking about it the other day. So I remember I got to this thought because Tori and I are going to be going to LA next month, and we're going to get an Airbnb.
Okay.
And she says, and it's true, every time she gets the Airbnb, except for once, I will say one time I got my shit together.
Mm-hmm.
But every time it's on her Airbnb account, we always I say we, but mostly I find a way to make it so that way the review might not be the greatest.
Okay.
And so both of those instances happened in San Francisco, funny enough. But I remember we stayed at this Airbnb in San Francisco, and it was like a shared thing. So there was three Airbnb units.
Okay.
That was in the basement of this house.
Okay.
And we were in one of them, and then we knew for a fact somebody was staying in the other one.
Okay.
And we all had to share one bathroom where the light didn't turn on in there.
Uh-huh.
Which was interesting. But there was one night we went out, we had a good night, we were drinking drinks. I think that was the night we went to a show. And so we're coming back. It's late, but it's not Saturday night late,
Mm-hmm.
And so we're coming back, and we're being goofy, having a good time. We go into our room at the Airbnb, and then we start to make it happen.
Right, of course.
We start to make the one time.
Yeah.
And so it happens, and we think nothing of it. And we wake up the next morning, and Tori has this email from the people's Airbnb who we're staying at, and the email says nothing from the people who actually have the spot. It's just a forwarded email from a complaint written by the person who's the next door over. And so it was like the couple staying in room 1 need to find a better way to be more considerate guests. They came home very late at night, and we came home around we came back to the spot around midnight. But also, why are you at an Airbnb that you know you're sharing with people, and you're upset when somebody comes back at midnight?
Yeah,
we're not all tailored to your schedule,
right?
But then and then they proceeded. This is the best part and then after they came home, they proceeded to have loud intercourse.
Nice.
And all they did was just forward it to Tori, and she was like, "Okay, I guess we just won't do that tonight." But that was that one time. It was a great time.
Damn.
And we were glad we were able to, share that experience with room 2 across the hall.
That's why you gotta say private Airbnbs.
Well, yeah, but
those private apartment Airbnbs. You know what I mean? Not even staying with the person who owns it.
Oh no, I love meeting new people.
Fuck new people. I've met enough people. I know I'm still young, but I feel like I've met enough people.
I really, really feel you on that.
I don't think I've met anyone.
Do you feel
in the last 4 or 5 years that has been new? Been anything different or worthwhile?
So, do you think at this point, at this day and age, at how old you are, you could meet somebody now and you have the long lasting relationship that we have? There are people who I like, but I don't think I could have another good friend.
Yeah, probably not.
I just don't have the mental capacity.
Yeah. I mean, no. I have my friends from college who I didn't become close to until more recently.
Sure.
But even then, I don't know. It's weird because we didn't become as close as we are until after I moved away.
Yeah. Happens.
Play games and shit all the time together.
Sure.
And we visit. I've visited them in LA. They visited me here in Seattle. I guess that's kind of a friendship I've started more as an adult. But
sure. But you already knew them.
Yeah, and even that could fizzle out. I mean, you know what I mean? It could.
No. And you wouldn't be upset by it.
Yeah. You know what I was upset by? There was supposed to be no parking in that parking lot except for the funeral home.
Oh, yeah. Made
me laugh so hard.
Can you explain this? Is that the whole idea?
That's what I thought was fucking hilarious about it. That's why I took the picture, because it's just a big sign, kind of somewhat, I wouldn't use the word ornate, but you know what I mean? It's not it's not a street sign, you know what I mean? It's not a metal sign with a metal white sign with a red border and black text, you know what I mean? It's a big wooden sign, right? That says, what does it say? Funeral home parking only, right?
Yes.
Let me see.
I'm looking right at it.
Yeah, funeral home parking only. Yeah, it's a big, nice sign, right? Mm-hmm. They put some money into this sign, right? Now I didn't notice until
I love that
that's
that's a thing
caution
for you.
tape all over the sign. I didn't notice that.
But
my favorite part about it is just the funeral home parking only, and right in the middle of the parking lot, across many spots, is a fucking gyros, fucking food truck.
See, I thought that was the comical part of it. Was just the fact that people are dying. Okay, let's try there's a good amount of funerals today. Let's get these gyros off.
Yeah. My favorite part was just the gyros in the funeral home parking lot. But specifically, if it was just if the sign just said such and such's funeral home, right? Whispering Lawn Funeral Home, right?
Whispering Lawn.
What's the one that's behind Cal Poly Pomona? It's like something lawn, right? It's like
forest
grassy
lawn.
Forest lawn, yeah.
Grassy lawn. I like whispering lawn
Whispering
more.
lawn. Funeral home. But it specifically says funeral home parking only. And then there's the gyro truck.
Yeah.
Really good.
Well, listen,
Really good.
they got to make their money.
So, Anis and I went to PCC Community Market today to do some grocery shopping. Which is in Fremont. One of their locations is in Fremont. And there was a festival going on in Fremont for the summer solstice.
Okay.
Which is apparently a thing. And it's just like a big street fair.
It's a street concert.
Yeah. So it's just like food tents and like bunch of I think they're also doing there's a flea market on Saturdays in Fremont. So there was that plus the festival. So there's people everywhere and food trucks and
and live music.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's definitely some. I actually had a moment where I felt kind of shitty and kind of almost posery.
What do you mean?
So we had gotten our groceries and we were walking up the street to call an Uber because we couldn't so we took the bus there, right, which could take us right to the grocery store, but to get picked up there would have been tough because just all the
you're so
roads were
deep
blocked
and
stuff.
entrenched.
Right. So we walked up the street to a place where we could call an Uber, right? And we walked by an alley and down the alley, I think that alley one of the buildings that's on that alley is some bar or restaurant or something, right? And they have a back area with tables and shit. And there was a band playing. And just walking by for a second, I get 5 seconds of music. But just hearing guitar and drums just live guitar and drums sort of just wafting in the wind. Mm-hmm. In an outside show where I could tell when I walked by there was 15 people watching. And it's just fucking hot out and the sun's still out, which live music when the sun's still out just sucks dick. I don't know why I fucking hate that so much. There's no reason for me to give a shit whether the sun's out or not, but for some reason live music when the sun is out bothers me.
God.
So, this isn't, a new thing. This is always, the shit Warped Tour, or just, any festival. It's just, I hate outside music, specifically, but especially when the sun is out. Anyway. But yeah, just, hearing, the shitty guitar and drums just, floating in the wind for 15 people, I was just man, fuck that. I don't know, just standing outside for so many local bands, just the sound didn't bring a good memory.
Man, you fucking sellout.
No, because I still like the bands and I still going to shows and stuff, but specifically just shit local bands playing outside at a festival. Daytime.
Oh, I'm trying to find the band. Ooh. So I don't know if this is it exactly, but I do love that one of the stages is called the Corona Light Main Stage.
What is this thing?
At the Fremont Fair.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they had different stages.
The Corona Light Main Stage. So nothing better than corporate marketing.
Yeah, nice. Why is it sponsored by Rainier Beer?
I don't know.
Come on, Rainier.
Let's see. Was it the Black Tones?
I don't fucking know. I walked by this alley for
or
how long it takes you to walk by an alley for.
Wait, I'm very confused because I don't know if these are bands
or
events.
Oh.
Or it's not the picture of the band, but it's pictures of things you can do at the festival.
It'd be a great marketing idea.
So
I'm not going to start a band. I'm going to start an event.
Call it Fire Festival. There's a picture of a woman petting dogs, but it's Buzz Bump. And Buzz Bump.
What?
So I think these are the names of the people who play.
Okay.
But like I said, it's not. So the band Buzz Bump played today from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. But I'd be very confused as to who Buzz Bump is because it's just a picture of a woman petting dogs with the band name on top.
Maybe that's the band.
And then there's Delvin Lamar Organ Trio, but it's just a bunch of pictures of cacti.
Look, the band I walked by could have been fucking Buzz Bump. It could have been the Black Tones or whatever the fuck you said. It could have been fucking whoever, whatever.
Ooh,
they're
my
irrelevant
favorite band, Great American Trainwreck.
They're irrelevant now, and they're gonna
they
be more relevant in like a year.
They let these people play for an hour.
Oh,
that's too
God.
much.
It was hot outside.
Ooh, DJ AB gets to play from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
What the fuck?
on the Mi Campo center stage.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that is.
I think it's probably tequila.
Yeah. Well, we were not there for the festival. We were there to buy groceries. We made lasagna. Vegan lasagna.
Oh, yeah, great.
It was delicious.
Fantastic.
Thanks. I drank some wine.
Oh, did you? There's wine in the kitchen that I feel like I should be drinking right now, but I'm not.
I drank a single glass of wine. My stomach hurts. Really bad.
What are you going to do?
But I'm going to get through it.
So, like, I'm going to get through it. Like, you're dying. I'm going to get through this. I got to get through this. Is that like you every time you, like, drink alcohol, that song starts playing?
Pretty much. Yeah, my coworkers even make fun of me now. They're all fucking bunch of nerds.
Oh.
Because, like, we go out, like, we have, like, happy hour, like, every other week.
Uh-huh.
Where we just, like, go out, and I don't drink.
Damn.
Yeah. So when you come to Seattle?
I don't know. Okay, so eventually I'll be able to come to Seattle once I have a job that, one, pays me more money, so that way I have more money to, like, actually travel.
Uh-huh.
And when I get a job that doesn't try to guilt trip me every time, like, I try to ask for time off.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's something wrong with people who work in coffee, and the one thing they can't do is be straight with you.
Okay.
Because, like, so I asked for, like, a week off, so that way, like, part Sound and Fury, part being able to be home.
Is that what you're buying plane tickets for?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, I put in the request for the time off a little bit ago.
Uh-huh.
And they don't talk to me about it.
Yep.
But then they talk to me about it, and they're like, "Hey, so, like, you're not in trouble. We just needed to address something." And I was like, "Okay, like, what's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, so, like, you request a lot of time off." And I don't. So for anybody who's, like, an employer or fucking a boss of some type, don't be offended, you little fucking noodle nerd. But so, like, I work 1 to 9 every day.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, sure, like, some people want that level of consistency, but that level of consistency is nice when it's a better shift.
Right.
Like, you know, 9 to 5 doesn't sound too bad these days.
Right.
But working, like, 1 to 9, I essentially have, like, no time ever. And Tori, she'll close sometimes, but that's obviously not her, like, that's not her schedule all the time like me. So it's like we barely have free time together. Like, you know, we can't just, like, go out, because, like, as much as the summer in Chicago is almost non-existent in the month of June, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There's been days that have been good where, like, she's had it off and I didn't, and then vice versa.
Right.
So we got to, like, plan these things. So I ask for a lot of time off, but it's, like, nothing crazy. It's just, like, my 2 days off that I get during a week anyway. I just control when those 2 days are. And every other month, I at least try to take a weekend or maybe, like, 5 days off to do something. They're very offended by that.
You know what you should do?
What?
Move to Seattle.
No, okay, we're not. Let's skip. I'm venting.
Move to Seattle.
No.
Wait, because work in one of the coffee shops nearby where I live / work. Because all these coffee shops, they stop getting business when all the fucking people like who work at the Zon go home.
Oh, right.
So they all close at like 6.
Yeah, I mean, there's a Bintelligentsia that I could work at.
Yeah.
That does that. I just don't want to work at that one.
Well, plus like, and like from at least from what I've seen, whenever I'm in these coffee shops, like nobody's ever like fucking like leaning over the fucking counter like shouting at you like, "Where's my drink?" Because like they're all like fucking busy like having their conversations anyways. So they just don't fucking pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's
like just move to Seattle.
No, if I leave Chicago, if Tori and I leave Chicago, we're definitely
Seattle.
We're going.
No, go back to LA.
Not LA.
Where you going?
Like Long Beach, though.
Boo.
Yeah.
Long Beach. Nobody lives there by choice. Come on. You're out of your goddamn mind.
Why would I want to live in Seattle?
It's cool.
Nah, it's okay.
Cool shit happens here.
But anyway,
I'm here.
So like they're like,
cool.
you ask for a lot of time off.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And they're like, it's just like a long time. And I was like, well, I asked for it off. Am I gonna get it? And he's like, well, there's just like a lot of other trips. And I was like, is that a no? And he's like, no, it's not a no. And then I was like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But that happens every time. Even if I'm just like, oh, hey, can I have this one random Saturday off? They're like, it'll be tight, but I guess. Or like, I guess we could make it work. Like, at that point, I would just much rather somebody tell me no, and then I could figure out the alternative much faster.
Right.
But it's just a lot of like, hey, so, that's like the worst. That is the worst in any job setting.
Yes.
Like, Brad, could you?
Yeah, I will say like people who are in charge of me at my job, they have no problem telling me when they're gonna fuck me over.
Sure. Yeah.
Zero issue.
I would appreciate that a lot.
I think they just enjoy it, to be honest. Yeah, it's fine. They're just like, hey, this thing we told you before, never mind. Do this instead.
Right.
Like, okay, well, I wasted all my time doing this. Like, okay, it's fine. Yeah, they have no problem doing it. It's great.
Yeah. But there's just like, I don't know. There's something in coffee that just gets. People are just weird. They don't know how to like. The second they hit like management, they just don't know how to like talk like a normal human. Like
I'm still your pal, you know.
Yeah, it's straight up like they're doing their best. It's the lizards doing their best human impression.
Got it.
Hey, I don't mean to. Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
The lizards hiss.
Yeah, I think so. Well, they got like the tongue to do it.
Yeah, it sounds like
a Komodo dragon looks like a lizard, and they.
The Komodo dragon is a lizard.
Yeah, and they do the.
Yeah, sure.
They do.
Oh, they're a reptile. I don't know.
They are a reptile.
It sounds like you and your coworkers, you and your bosses need to get in sync. You know who else needs to get in sync? Us. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wait. I had a pen in my hand.
You count it.
That's great. That's like if a band like sound checked mid set.
Yeah, I got halfway through your set. You're just like, I got nothing in my monitors. 0.
Wait, hold on.
Pretty sure it's off.
But you're doing like the whole like sound check still. So it's like, all right, can I get rack tom? Okay. Can I get floor? What was I saying though? Oh, and then still with like this job shit. Like, so like I applied for a promotion, right?
Yeah.
I applied,
Yeah, me too.
and so I started at an entry level position in coffee. What's next? But
Sure.
a shift lead position. I've applied for 3 different jobs and gotten turned down for all 3. So
Nice.
I applied to be the executive assistant to the director of people and culture. That's
Okay.
just fancy talk for being the assistant to the head of HR.
Okay.
I applied to being a lab technician assistant,
Okay.
which is just a glorified cleaning cups job.
Nice, yeah.
And then a typical shift lead position.
Mm-hmm.
So the other 2 jobs are a little bit more on the important side.
Right.
And, that's been like a lot of email communication.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in emails, you got to be straightforward and concise. Got to make your point right then and there.
Right.
So I've been turned down, but I appreciate being able to read being turned down in one paragraph that's at max 5 sentences.
Right, yeah.
So I got turned down for the shift lead position. So I sit down and they go, well, first of all, you're great.
That's what you just say, like, all right, like, we don't have to continue having this conversation.
Well, for a second, I was like, are you breaking up with me?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, like, you're really good. Like, you're just really good at talking to people. That's
There's
also,
not the
like,
shift lead for me.
yeah, they really, like, champion that for me. Like, oh, you're just really good at talking to people. You're, like, the best talker at people. And I was like,
It's almost like that's an important quality for leadership.
right. But,
Anyway.
yeah, but it's, they're like, hey, so, listen, how do I start? I hate it. I just fucking hate it.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
So now I'm going to work for Victory Records.
Nice. Doing?
But, well, we could check. So, in the job search, you really look for anything that's in your domain.
Yeah.
So Victory Records is hiring. If
Okay.
you're unfamiliar, listeners, Victory Records is the home of big bands, or they're the ex-home for big bands that are really big. They currently have bands like Abandoned by Bears and Darkness Divided
What the fuck?
and Feed Her to the Sharks. Oh, but they also have a band called We Were Sharks. So we argue.
What the fuck? Did somebody just take a bunch of edgy words? Like, it's like somebody took edgy words and pronouns and then fed it into, like some fucking machine learning AI and then taught it to create band names.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how we come up with
Holy
Victory Records
fuck.
band Jungle Rot. But they're hiring.
Cool. Jungle Rot specifically?
No, Victory Records.
Oh, okay.
So I could be their receptionist.
Nice.
I could be their publicist.
So you have to give fucking like bottles of water to We Were Sharks when they come in to like renegotiate their contract.
Oh, yes, exactly. That's what I have to do. Responsibilities include answering and directing calls, welcoming, escorting, and catering to visitors, sorting and distributing mail, running errands, along with a wide variety of administrative and social media related functions.
Cool.
Wait, where's the thing about being nice to bands? There's seriously like one of the things I have to do. It says like be
Okay.
nice to bands.
All right. Sounds
There's
like not the position for you.
No, I feel like I would kill it.
All right.
Speak to artist fans in an organic manner, which results in engagement, social traction, and music consumption.
God. There's something so, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Means like at odds. Oh, well.
Conflicting?
Sure. About instructing someone to have an organic conversation.
It's redundant.
Just,
redundant.
not redundant. No. It's not redundant. Because you're not saying the same thing twice. You're literally saying two conflicting things. You're like, have an organic conversation, but you're telling me to do it, so it's not organic.
I could be their accountant.
Contradictory. I don't know.
Staff accountant.
Okay. I think you need, like, a degree.
I could be a screen printer.
Fun.
Let's see.
What?
I
would go for the receptionist job.
I think it would just be like really fun. So like this is not a good way of thinking.
Definitely good material.
It really is good material, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like I just kind of want to live a life for good material.
Nice.
I feel like like people want to get their career jobs like on and going. Right, because it gets good money, like you. I mean, like it's good money off the rip, and like it's stability. Like, I mean, obviously, there's always the fear of being laid off, but it's not like you currently don't have that fear right now, do you?
No.
Exactly. So, would I like to be there? Yes, but also I feel like I'm pretty young, and if I walked out of my job tomorrow doing the scene from Half Baked, it's not the worst thing that I could do. Assist artist staff with content creation, analytics, strategy, news postings, email marketing campaigns, online contests and promotions, creation of digital marketing materials, and scheduling. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
They got a staff gym.
That's pretty sick. And get all swole while you fucking,
I could look
write a
like
press release for, feed her to the sharks.
Just the funniest thing about Victory Records, in my opinion, is how much longer their like alumni list is, and how huge everybody on the alumni list is.
Feed her to the sharks.
Yeah, well, alumni, a day to remember.
No, they're an Australian band.
Atreyu. Carnifex. Remember Carnifex?
I remember. I saw Carnifex too many times. It's a band like I could have just saw a few less times. There's no reason to see them that many times.
I hated how often they were always playing.
They were just always playing.
And
every tour.
And I guess that's the thing. Like if you play enough in certain cities, there's going to be people who end up like thinking like, oh well, this band has to be important somehow. They're always here.
I don't know.
What?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm on something else. I don't know. I don't think anyone will ever relate to me on this, but I just find it hilarious. I fucking knew when I Googled this band and I looked for images of them. One of the first pictures, and not only is it it is the first picture, it's just going to be a picture of them playing outside in the daytime, and I just fucking hate it. It just makes me think that they're no good.
Wait, which band? Feed Her to the Sharks?
Feed Her to the Sharks. And they also like, the first picture was them like all wearing like the same t-shirt.
That's dope.
Like that was just like, that's like their album cover or whatever, or like their promo pic, right? But now I see a live shot of them, and they're also like still just all wearing that t-shirt. So that's like their thing.
Oh yeah.
But it's not even like a cool t-shirt. It's just like a shark fin.
That dude's also like not in the coolest stance.
Yeah, he don't look good. There's another picture of them playing like outside.
Oh my god, dude! Their album cover just looks like every other fucking like heavy band from Always and Forever.
Yeah, I also think you could teach like machine learning AI algorithm to like generate album
bands
covers
that look
for these
like
bands.
This.
Yeah,
this shit is so bad.
Like how they have like AI that's like creating art now.
Right. Yeah.
You could definitely create like metalcore band like album covers or like tour posters.
Oh, that'd be so easy.
Yeah.
Well, also speaking of jobs, so also what happened with my car accident, right?
I got a white guy with dreads.
That is then that band. But that seems like to be an Australian thing that gets a pass.
Okay.
So, once the accident happens, then you got to start dealing with the police, right?
Yeah.
So
We're back to the accident story.
Huh?
We're back to the accident story.
Yeah. Well, it's tied into my my new career path.
Sure.
So the cops come, and we have to go to this crash investigation site. The guy tried to
what?
So
You had to go somewhere?
yeah. Okay.
We had to investigate.
Yeah. I also didn't finish the story. So
Well, no.
so-
I mean, okay.
So all right. Well, the reason the cops had to get involved, I mean, they were going to get involved anyway.
Sure. Yeah,
But it was more so because after he hit us, the taxi tried to dip.
Nice.
And
With
so
were there passengers in it?
In the taxi, no.
Yeah. Damn, that would have been better.
That would have been insane. But so he throws his car.
Pull over.
He throws his car into reverse and tries to escape on the shoulder since we're on the far right lane. But because it's bumper to bumper morning traffic, he slams into a food truck.
Oh my god! Wait, how did we not get to this part of the story in the first telling?
Because you didn't let me keep going.
There's 20 minutes of material in between, you got in a car accident and, the cab driver fled and crashed into another car.
Listen, here comes another 20 minutes of material.
It's episodic.
And so he slams into, and I swear by this. If he had hit them dead on, I think we would have seen people die that day. Yeah. Because, the engine is so huge and it's right there.
Right.
And, that guy was going so fast. Imagine if he hit it, the right way, it would have fucking went up in flames.
Sure, yeah.
But, so that he hits him on the passenger side and then still tries to escape on the shoulder, but, nicks the wall. And nicks it twice, but the second time the passenger side wheels drove up on the wall and he got stuck. His airbags deployed, and so he couldn't get out of the car.
What are you guys doing this whole time?
Well, so we were so at that point I had already parked the car because I was ready to I already drove onto the shoulder, I think, at this point. No. We watched it all happen before we drive to the shoulder.
Yeah.
And so we drive on.
Are you guys reacting to this? Oh my god, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, dude, it seemed unreal.
Yeah, it sounds unreal.
Because I was I don't know how to describe it, but the word I want to use is comical. He was coming comically fast at us. It was. I don't know how to describe it because I was now who would drive that fast in this traffic?
Okay, yeah.
But then it just straight up looked like if a kid was controlling a car in GTA. It's what it looked like.
Maybe it was a hit attempt. Yeah, maybe there's a price on your head.
Maybe there was. That guy didn't act like it though once we got to the investigation site. But
sure. Okay, hold on. Before the police showed up, did you get a chance to talk to this guy?
No. So we drive onto the shoulder and we get out of the car. And I was mad. And mainly because I just feel really bad because it's all even though I'm on the insurance, it's technically not my car, it's Tori's car.
Yeah.
And in my head immediately it was oh, of course, we moved to Chicago and this is what happens. This is her car is just this prized possession for sure.
Sure.
And look, it gets fucking smashed because we're in Chicago. What are the chances? And so because I was feeling that,
car accidents happen everywhere.
Right. But I mean, there's been a lot of times back home that we should have gotten into accidents and we didn't. Yeah. So it was it was just so of course, Sure. Or at least in the moment, that's what I felt. Yeah. And so I was super mad. So when we got out of the car, I wanted to fuck this guy up.
Yeah.
But what happened is like some off-duty cop had seen the whole thing happen,
Of course.
and so he drove up.
There's always an off-duty cop. Suspicious. Suspicious is always... Anytime something like this happens, there's always an off-duty cop nearby.
Right.
Open your third eye. Police
Wake up.
state.
Police state.
They're watching. At all times.
Racial profiling always.
Yeah.
And so he sees the whole thing, and he like stops the guy from like trying to get out of his car, and he's like, you know, like, I got you, like, you're not leaving anywhere.
Yeah.
And so he was like the barrier between, because there was like, so there's 3 cars involved. So there was the one lady in the car in front of us, Tori and I, and then there were 3 people who were in the food truck.
Okay.
And the dude who got hit in the food truck is just going through it. Like, he's like crying, he's like disappointed. And what, like, so I asked him, I was like, hey man, like, you good? And he was like, man, there's a Pokemon convention today. Like, and that's,
nice. Yeah, like, that's where he's gonna make all his money.
yeah, and like I was like, what? And I look in the van, and then like one of the, like, the girl who was like helping him out was wearing like this definitely like not licensed Pikachu costume.
Nice.
And I was like, that's a weird outfit choice, but I didn't think anything of it until he said that to me.
Sure, yeah.
So anyway, this goes on for a while. Actual state troopers show up, whatever.
Sure.
We have to go to the crash investigation site, which is like, dude, you would not like. There's like a bunch of signs for crash investigation sites on the freeway over here.
Mm-hmm.
But like this place is so off the beaten path, and it's off of the freeway. Like you drive immediately off of the freeway, and then when you leave the crash investigation site, you're back on the freeway.
Right.
So it's just like this huge open area thing in between like all this shrubbery and grass. And we get to the crash investigation site, and like, so we have to start talking to the police and like giving them our IDs, insurance, police report, blah blah blah. And so because we're kind of like talking to the police and like trying to like figure out like, oh, how does this work, like who, because like, you know, when you get hit by somebody, typically it's just like a person to person conflict.
Yeah.
But it's like, what do you do when there's 3 other cars involved and it's a taxi? So
right.
We're just talking to them about it, and then the conversation becomes like super casual.
Okay.
And
Matt yucking it up with cops, huh?
I know. And so the one guy also, there's a lot of things wrong with this situation, but so they're like looking at our IDs and whatever, and he's just making small talk, and because we were telling them our story, and I was like, oh, I was taking her to work. So they asked her where she works. She told them. And they're like, hey, Matt, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I work in coffee. And he goes, you work in coffee? Yeah, you should be a firefighter.
Okay.
And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, like, you only work, like, what, 88 days a year? Yeah, that'd be good for you. Because then you could live in the suburbs. And then, like, you could provide and, like, you know, how long you guys been together? So we tell him like 2 years. Like 2 years? Ooh, yeah. Like, you know, if you guys want to start a family, like you could provide. You could be a provider. Yeah, you should go be a firefighter. Just go to what is the website?
Yeah, what the fuck? These guys trying to like upsell you? Like, what is this?
Yeah, well, because he's like, you know, he was definitely telling me, he's like, oh, don't be a cop. Don't do it. Like, you know, people don't like the cops. And I was like, shocker.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, if you're a firefighter, that's a good career.
So did he inspire you? Are you gonna become a firefighter?
No, especially since, because I
pretty
think
sick actually.
I think the website to look at job postings for being a firefighter is called blueline.com.
Nice.
So like the All Lives Matter, blue line thing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So you gotta become a firefighter?
Yeah.
Dude, I think that'd be pretty cool, actually.
If I showed up, if your apartment's on fire, and I roll up, I'm like, hey, we're gonna put this out.
Yeah.
Imagine me.
Yeah. No problem. What's wrong with that?
I just can't. I can't be a firefighter.
No, I think you could. I think you should do it.
No way.
Just for the lulz.
For the content.
Yeah.
And then also Tori, at some point Tori like walks away, and so I'm standing by the cop car by myself, and he goes like, "So you guys been together 2 years?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "It's serious, especially if you guys move cross country." And then I think he was the question that was immediately gonna come out of his mouth was like, "So like, are you thinking about it?" And we all know what it is.
Sure, yeah.
But like his like partner like asked him for something and like interrupted him, so I was like, thank fucking God.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I remember how I asked my wife, sweet broad. We went to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my God.
Got her favorite cheesecake, the classic, you know. She put the ring on top of the candle. The rest was history.
So did you put a baby in Tori yet?
No. God, did you put a baby in Anais yet? Well, you guys haven't gone to Italy yet, so.
No, obviously, yeah. Our child must be like what do you call it?
Conceived
In the motherland.
In the land of the Itals.
Roma.
Hey, Maroma.
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 Yeah. Yeah, little baby Giuseppe.
Oh my God.
What?
You would have to name your kid that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That'd be
Giuseppe.
great. Giuseppe Gully.
Hey, Giuseppe
Double G?
Gully. Hey, double G.
Yeah, 2 G's, don't ask me how.
Yeah. Our little baby boy. Our little darling.
Wait, you mean a girl can't be named Giuseppe?
No.
You're very, wow. Way to subscribe to the binary.
Yeah. I love the binary. Code. Haha. Computers.
Hey kid, I'm a computer.
Hey kid. I'm a computer.
Stop all the downloading.
Well, it's getting mad hot in this room.
Yeah?
I don't usually have the door closed.
Yeah. So
Windows room, computer running, you know.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Wrap it up
All right.
then.
Better won't touch that button, bitch. I haven't watched.
Just end this one on obscure jokes.
No, everybody's seen that, right?
No, I fucking think that. I think it's like this classic fucking viral YouTube shit that everyone's seen. Every time I bring it up to anybody, no one's ever seen it.
That's funny. Well, all right. Well, like we'll skip all the plug-in, and you know, if you haven't yet, and you're you're on the YouTube. What is it? It's like G.I. Joe. Oh, the G.I. Joe
PSAs. Yeah.
PSAs. Yes.
Yeah. You don't even have to look up parody because it's just the first result when you look up G.I. Joe PSAs are the parodies.
Yes. So that's all. That's all. Ooh, body massage.
That's all you gotta watch. Very good. Good stuff. Good content.
Oh my God. Wait. I gotta play this one. Wait. Fuck. Oh wait.
Come on, Dad, come here, you gotta see this.
Shit.
The best one though is the did your mother still hang out
Yeah,
at Dockside
Dockside
bars?
I was like looking into a mirror. How old are
Very
you
good.
now?
God, it's been 10 years already. Very good.
Have you guys seen my purse?
Really gotta get my smokes.
Well, rate, review, subscribe, share the podcast with the people you know, the people you love. I don't know. You got anything? Any last words? You know what? I got some famous last words for you. I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak.
All right.
Awake and unafraid. Asleep or dead. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. And fellas, good morning.
Do you have anything to plug?
I really do not have anything to plug. Actually, I do have things to plug. My Venmo, if you guys have a Venmo account, just send any dollar amount to Matt at Matt909. I'm just real tired of working. I've been really doing this Depop thing, and it's very unrewarding. So Matt909. Also want to give a thanks to our sponsors. The Fan in Brad's room, whatever company makes it. We'll call it probably General Electric. General Electric, do you need that power? General Electric. And always our sponsor, Rainier Beer. As crisp as the mountains, as cheap as the Spirit flight you're about to take back home to your parents' house for summer. Rainier Beer. Crack a cold one.
Well, as always, I have nothing to plug. But
No, your new thing is the words of wisdom.
I have words of wisdom.
Yeah.
I have a different new thing.
Okay, I love it.
I had words of wisdom last time. What were they?
I don't remember.
All right. Well, then I got two things. I got old thing and new thing. Old thing is my words of wisdom. My words of wisdom this week are don't watch live music outside in the daytime. If the sun's still out, don't watch live music outside. My new thing, since I never have anything to plug, is I'm just gonna plug things I'm currently interested in.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's exactly what the whole just plug anything.
Here's something I'm currently interested in. If you are someone who is interested, if you are or are interested in software engineering or web development, look into the Ally project. That's A11Y. It's basically a community-driven project for driving accessibility on the web.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, a lot of great tools for, if you're someone who maintains a website, making sure your website conforms to accessibility standards. And yeah, it's a cool project. I think as tech gets bigger, there's lots of room to make software more accessible, but people don't usually think about it. So it's time to start thinking about it more.
And my words of wisdom are: please stop having children. No more children.
That's a good one, yeah.
Lots of bad children. You morons, and you know who I'm talking to, are having children. There's no need. What are you trying to do?
Like, that song, No More Parties in LA?
Yeah.
Like that, but no more children.
No more children in the USA. That's about as far as our reach goes. Yeah. No more babies in the Instead of having a
We know what's the better What's the